Thank you so much for your precious time here. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as you already know, I love exploring our feelings, thoughts, emotions, happiness. And as I was thinking, basically, we all want to feel fine, feel okay, be happy. Or basically, we all want certain things to be a certain way. And later, that they will make us feel better. And so we're constantly chasing to we have some certain information in our brain, we have some certain knowledge inside our brain, and we're constantly pushing this information and forcing it to just produce something better, to just produce a better solution for our life, therefore we can do better choices. We are constantly pushing that brain this way, this way, this way, so we decide better. Starting a YouTube channel was one of the scariest things. I mean, I recorded videos back in 2020, but it's really hard because you don't know what people are going to think, you don't know what people are going to say, and there are so many decisions behind what to record, many possibilities to say something fucked up, and like it's really hard to decide. And so we are constantly pushing our brain, our mind to just produce the best solution ever. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how can I create something that's actually interesting for people? Like, how can I know what people watch? And I was like, should I watch tutorials? Should I get knowledge? Should I do this? What if it's not a good knowledge, or what if it makes it worse? So we think if we push harder, there's a bigger chance we will be more productive, we will decide faster, we will find something extraordinary that will just magically fix our life. So we push our mind, we push that mind because we don't want to be lazy. But by forcing our mind this much, we are giving it less space, like I said it billions of times. We are not only just giving it less space, but when we give our brain more space, our mind more space, there's a bigger chance that with the knowledge you have right now, with the possibilities you have right now, you will eventually come across something that will be the step forward in your life. Because not forcing things or letting things flow like water, that sounds like a sentence to your life, like you're done. Like if you let things go, you're done. So what if I told you you are way more likely to find a solution, to find a path forward, to decide or to find or to stumble upon something that helps you go forward or decide better when you stop pushing it, when you stop forcing it. And I noticed that a huge problem with a lot of videos like this, like stop forcing, stop pushing, is that our thoughts, our brain is way too complex to just magically change a belief about our life, etc. And like Steve Jobs once said, you need to connect the dots, just that the dots will be connected. It's really fascinating how was it Steve Jobs? Yeah, it was Steve Jobs. How Steve Jobs said that because he quit college, I think when he was around 22. Like eventually he found calligraphy that he used in computers, etc. But like the thing is, giving our mind more space to naturally think, to naturally make solution, sounds like something that will just destroy everything, but it's the exact opposite. Because when your mind has more space, it is more likely to stumble upon a path forward, stumble upon a way how to go forward. So it sounds like a huge paradox, like a huge nonsense, but I really observed it so many times. And I many times say it like I believe everything is written, and I don't believe it. I don't mean it literally. Like I don't know if that's true. But when I say that to myself, or when I can decide and I go occupy my mind with something to do, therefore my mind is occupied, there's a bigger chance I stumble upon something which will help me to figure out a way. Also, like I said, when I know, because if I say to myself, don't force things, everything, go with the flow, go like water, like my brain panics and it doesn't know what to do. Okay, go with the flow. So I found a way how to go with the flow, and it helps me so much. I remind myself everything is written, and that helps me to go with the flow, etc. That helps me to find a decision, to stumble upon a decision when I busy my mind, when I let it flow, when I give my mind space to naturally work with situations and not force too much. I found a niche. I really felt like talking about our feelings, emotions, etc. because I felt like nobody really talks about it. Nobody really talks about how different the reality of our feelings is, and how important and how normal is it to talk about it. So it really spoke to my heart, and it just came, it just unfolded. I wasn't trying to figure out it, it just unfolded. So I'm not telling you what to do whatever you want. I'm just sharing my story basically, because this not only helps me with overthinking, thoughts, happiness, feelings, situations, but also the thing is, this also applies to happiness. This also applies to everything. Taoism be like water, because water goes around stones. It always finds a way to go forward. The river, the water. So this also applies to happiness in life in general. And right now, I was in a position where I just know how to figure out like 10 things in my future. Like what I'm gonna do, like how I'm gonna do that. Should I do this? Should I do that? But I'm going to give my mind more space so it naturally works with the information it has, with the knowledge it has, with the capabilities it has. I'm going to give it space, I'm going to occupy my mind. And yeah, right now I'm going to occupy my mind, which feels completely counterproductive, but it's actually very healthy. Thank you so much for your precious time here. Feel free to hang out with me even more and explore our feelings, thoughts, happiness, etc. But please, absolutely no pressure. Take care, especially take care, and I can't wait to catch you soon.